It's Div 3 review and preview time with TJ and Paulie Manuel.
How are you, mate?
And your Div 3 expert.
TJ, how you going?
Darcy. Alright, got a few questions for you in a minute, my friend, after we get through some results. Yes, a few prickly things happening in Division 3, the Villies Division 3, where all the pies are at. Alright, Plimpton 16-12, we said they'd bounce back, didn't we?
We did.
Alright, 108, Mitcham 7-7-49, Vander Hack kicking 4 along with Smith. Good to see the Dogs, the Red Dogs, get that win. Athelston sitting top 10-12, 72, were too good for Seton Ramblers, 5-9-39. Probably predictable enough, wasn't it,
Probably a bit closer than I thought it would be, but well done to the Raggies.
Yep, Sykes kicking 5 and Sheedy just naming himself best on ground and paper again. I wish I was still a coach. Fossey, Camden, they looked the goods, 24-13, 157. We thought this would be a lot closer. Golden Grove 10-5, 65. Jackwer kicking 5, Smith kicking 4, Gamble 3 and Quinn 3. Toddy Shepherd floating around in there as well for Golden Grove. Boys, what do you think about that one?
Is that Steve's son, Jackwer?
It is.
Yeah.
It certainly is.
Well done, 5 goals.
So no, look, probably not a shock, the result, but obviously by that margin, I think more nearly 100 points.
Well, I'm shocked by it because I picked Golden Grove to win, so I think they've had a big wake-up call. 100 points nearly.
Lost Camden.
Yeah, look, I don't think the Skull Cave just down there on Anzac Highway is going to be the easiest place to travel to this year. It's, the boys they look the goods, certainly on paper anyway. And just looking at some of the names, Bergsman's floating back through. I think he went to Gazer there for a year, but he's down back at Foss, and it looks like they've got all systems a go. And a young fellow I used to coach, well done to Mitchy Molnar, kicking a couple. He was umpiring all summer down at Foss, so he's got his fitness up and he's moving well. And young 18-year-old, expect big things from Mitch. Golden Grove, Presser was in the best. And
Stanton Castry.
Oh, nice little segue. We'll get to that one in just a sec. Old Ignatius, 17 goals, 8, 108, inflicted. Flinders Park first loss, 9-11, 65. Now, people will say, no, it wasn't. They got smashed by Golden Grove, but apparently not. Just quickly on that game, Old Ignatius, we mentioned him last week. Joey Pedler kicking 4. A very good win. 2 Old Ignatians there, too good for Flinders Park. Let me start. I've got a few. It's almost 20 questions with Darcy here. Were you at the game this week?
No, I wasn't.
Were you at the game last week?
I was.
When we read the results last week, Flinders Park lost, but that doesn't appear to be the case now.
That's
What's going on there?
It looks like, because they played the 2 named players we mentioned a minute ago in
Stanton Castry.
They weren't supposed to play for Golden Grove on the Saturday, and they did, and Golden Grove lost all their points on the premise.
And how did it look something like this? Bring. Hello, John Kernahan speaking. G'day, John. It's Darcy Evans here. Dibba Dobba Cindy. Now, how does that...
We're sitting...
Now, is that some sort of brain fart in Golden Grove? I mean, the rules are the rules. Did they not know it? Did they think they could do it?
I've spoke to a few people. They don't know why they play these players, considering if they do. I think Golden Grove are keeping quiet because obviously they're a bit embarrassed about the whole situation, but they just said they just pay these players. They were names. They trained on the Thursday night and went to Flinders Park.
But they played on the Friday night. So you'd think that they would have got a release from the Crows of some sort, but you need to get a release through the league, and the rule clearly states you can't play on the same weekend.
So the first controversy for the year for the amateur league is these 2 players. So I think
so we're not at Golden Grove, obviously. On a Thursday night, surely Golden Grove named their teams.
Yes.
Surely they've named the guys, and the guys have said, well, I'm playing on a Friday. And
I'm playing for the Crows.
I don't know, mate. It appears like it's a communication snafu, perhaps, who knows, but... yeah, I guess, if you break the rules...
I'm sure they won't do it again.
They played very well on the Saturday, even though they played the Friday night. They killed us that day, but look, I said Flinders Park are 5th, that's all I'm saying now.
Next question.
Lost the game.
And I watched last week's shows, and I promised myself I wasn't going to ask any questions I didn't know the answer to myself, and I'm going to do it. What was the score then last week? Does it work? Does it come back to 60-0?
6-0.
Correct.
Is that right?
0. Their score has been wiped.
Yep. Oh, but you keep your score.
They keep their score. They kicked 0 for Golden Grove.
I'm really excited that we knew the answer.
I did that.
It's not the 10 goals or anything. It's the
okay, right, fantastic. So if we hadn't kicked 26 goals last week, it would shoot out.
26 to nothing.
Indeed.
Yeah, right, okay. No worries. Well done there.
But Golden Grove, unfortunately, they didn't kick 26.
Sitting on the bottom of the table.
Yeah, well, it's good. I tipped Flinders Park to win Div 3, so it would have been a bit of egg on my face, but you've come good at the right time to an extent, even if it was a few days late. Let's get on to this week's rounds, gentlemen. We'll start with your mob. You must be pretty excited, hosting Foss Camden.
Another tough game. Look, unfortunately, guys, I have to go against Flinders Park, go for Foss Camden.
Foss for me.
Gee whiz, it's really hard for the boys, I think.
We look. I mean, there's still a lot of quality floating around Flinders Park. Sid Viss is still there.
He is, yeah.
So there's good on ballers. Solomon.
O'Hara's still there. He's still rucks and centre half forward, centre half back. They sort of play him everywhere, unfortunately, the poor guy. But he's still comes out fit as a fiddle for the week after.
Yeah, look, this is one of those ones where everything points towards Foss Camden, but I just think Flinders possibly could cause an upset. If they're the real deal, they might. But I'll tip Foss.
I'm tipping Foss as well.
Yeah, fantastic. Golden Grove and Pembroke. I'd expect Golden Grove to bounce back from last week, and But Pembroke certainly haven't been bad. But Pembroke coming off the bye, we don't know how that affects you in Div 3 coming off a bye, but maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't.
Don't know. Cookers at home, Harpers Field. I think they'll get a win. They'll get their first win for the year, or a first official win.
Official win for the year, indeed.
And hopefully Scudsy gets a few.
Yes, the big man down there at full forward. And the next one, gentlemen, is a very, very important game for the two teams involved. It's Seaton Ramblers and Mitcham. They're playing at Pedlar Reserve down there, beautiful oval there on the Westlakes Boulevard. Both teams need a win, boys, because both teams haven't had a win.
Both teams are struggling at Seaton Ramblers, so I'm going to go for Seaton Ramblers.
Yes, sitting 8th and 9th respectively. Of course, Golden Grove
perhaps should be sitting, obviously they'll be 5th or 6th if they had the points taken away, so really we look at the bottom two sides this week.
Yeah, in all realism.
Mitcham for me, they pushed Flinders Park round 1, only lost by a goal or two, and if Flinders Park are the real deal, well then I think Mitcham will take care of the Ramblers on the weekend.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Seaton. If they're going to have a win, I think it would be against a team down the bottom of the ladder. At home, they need to turn it on now. And don't get me wrong, there's still some serious quality out at Mitcham, out at Seaton. Probably just, interesting response from the crowd there, it's probably just not the amount of rotations going through the midfield, but guys like Paul Marshall, probably a little bit long in the tooth, still a great footballer, a great user of the ball. I know Harris is out there, and there's plenty of other good juniors that have come through Seaton. So I'm going to take Seaton. They won't go through not winning games. They'll win their share of games. So Seaton.
Drew Lidster to kick 5 this week. Mitcham win.
Yeah, Lidster might well be the difference. If they curtail his influence, Seaton will win. If not, well, they'll have problems.
So we did mention last week how did Drew get to Mitcham, but we know that their coach Adam West is an ex-Ross Trevor boy, so I think they must have been mates together there, and obviously when Drew played down the country, he said he probably got him out this year, so come back into town, I went playing down the bush, so out you come to Mitcham.
Adam West went to Ross Trevor, did he?
I don't think he went to the school, he played out at Ross Trevor. I'm not sure he went to the school, he said he played out there.
Pretty sure he went
Batman.
He went to Gotham High.
But yeah, they say the Ross Trevor connection's there, so that's how he ended up at Mitcham.
Yep. And last one of the round, boys, it's the Plimpton Red Dogs taking on Old Iggy's. This will be a good one as well, gentlemen. Looking at the ladder, we've got Plimpton sitting in 6 on 1 and 2. Old Iggy's sitting in 4th and 2 and 1. Plimpton want to be where Old Iggy's are. To do that, they're going to have a win. Can they get back-to-back wins, gentlemen?
Doggies for me.
Yeah, Plimpton at home. Yeah. It's a really strange oval.
It goes east to west.
Yeah, it does, exactly. And it's really skinny and narrow. It's got lines everywhere. So I think Plimpton for me at home.
Still a lot of the similar names from previous years, but Plimpton have been strong floating around. Van der Hack, young Pegararo's absolute superstar. They have lost a cup to the country, but I think Plimpton will be good enough for mine. Gentlemen, that's been Division 3, apart from the goal kickers, just quickly.
Yes, Josh Stykes leading the way with 15 goals. He's from Athelston. James Van der Haak on 11 from Plimpton. Thomas Quinn, Foss Camden on 9. Drew Lister, he'll probably come bag a few more. I think he probably may take out the king on 8. The goal kick on 8. And Patrick Connolly from Old Eagles on 8.
I can't see him catching Sykesy.
Pronounced Kennelly.
Kennelly.
It's a good Irish.
Connolly. Connolly, okay.
Kennelly.
Nice.
Right, you might know how you pronounce it. Gentlemen, that's been the Div 3 wrap. We'll see you next week.
Bye.